What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today from the title you guys know that we are going to be talking about how loud the Magnaflow Competition Catback system is on the 2016 Mustang GT. Before we get into that, if you guys missed it in a couple videos ago, I talked about me and Alex going down to San Diego March 9th through the 11th. So if you guys are from the area and know of any meets or shows, or you guys want me to review your cars, comment down below or hit me in my DMs at jordan.d.harris. Yeah, so that's all we have to say about that. Without further ado, we're gonna get into today's video. So pretty much how we're gonna do it is I have a decibel reading app on my phone. I don't have like a meter or anything, but I would assume that the app is fairly close to what it would be with any other tool. So we're gonna use the decibel reading app to see how loud exactly the Magnaflow is at certain RPMs. We're gonna do a couple drive-bys, and yeah, should be a good video. The reason I'm doing this is because I've had people comment about the catback system, asking how loud it is, if it drones, what kind of tone it makes. I had a guy comment and said that his friend said that the Magnaflow sounded better than the Corsa Extremes, which in my opinion it doesn't. So you guys will get a reading for yourself. I'm gonna try to go online and see if I can find the decibel readings for like the Corsa, so we can compare the two and you guys can figure out exactly how loud the Magnaflow is. So yeah, we're gonna get into today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get it. So if you guys don't know too much about the Magnaflow competition, it basically runs an H-pipe all the way back to its mufflers that are fairly small, but the baffling that they do makes the car not extremely loud. It sounds pretty good at idle. It's not crazy loud, and then especially starting up, it's not really obnoxious, but it runs back to the muffler, and then there's a 4-inch tip. I think Magnaflow is one of the only few companies that do a 4-inch tip on their exhaust, and they're pretty nice. They're really dirty right now, but it's a polished tip. It's a good system. It's really lightweight. I would say just in general the loudness is probably a medium if we're going to talk about low, medium, high. Corsa Extremes being the higher end. Magnaflow is definitely somewhere in the middle. Just to get a really good review on the sound of this exhaust, I'm going to do starting out the decibel reading when the car is just idling. So we're in a pretty remote area where there's not a lot of outside noise going on. So I'm going to set the camera up, try to get it pointed on the phone, and then we're just going to do a decibel reading at how loud it is at idle. Once we put it up to the exhaust, you guys will be able to see the numbers. So here we go. So after about a few seconds, it looks like the average decibel reading is about 92, and it peaks to about 95 and drops to about 91. So at idle, it's running about 92 decibels, which I don't think is too loud. We're gonna get it up to about 2,500 RPMs and see how loud it is. This is the best little contraption I can do right here with this this setup right here. So we're gonna go in the car, rev it to about 2,500 RPM and see what kind of decibels we get. So my phone kind of shut off about 3/4 of the way in. So the max decibel reading on that was 111.2 decibels, and it averaged out to about 97.5. So not incredibly loud at 2,500 RPM. We're gonna try to jump it up to about 4,000 RPM, see if we get a little bit louder of a decibel reading, and we'll see the max and we'll see the average on that guy. Alright, so from there you guys can see that we ran at a max of 114.2 decibels, which isn't insanely loud. As you guys can tell, at higher RPMs the exhaust starts to lose its deeper tone and gets a little bit raspier and kind of just like lets loose, which is nice. But so yeah, the tone gets higher pitch, which I think is probably why the decibels aren't as high as if the tones stayed deeper and we're still at higher RPMs, if that makes any sense. So we ran it at idle, we ran it at 2,500 RPMs and 4,000. I don't want to piss anyone off here by revving at like 6,000, so we're not going to hit redline, but we're going to do a couple drive-bys and try to get the car's exhaust while it's rolling. So we're going to set the camera up on you guys, and then we're going to do some drive-bys. Alright, so we got some decibel readings in there. We did a couple drive-bys and nothing too crazy. I don't want to piss off the state trooper that's over here. He was cool enough to let me film. I'd say that the Magnaflow is not an extremely loud exhaust. It keeps its tone fairly well through the city, but if you're doing high RPMs, it starts to lose that deep tone. But it keeps the same loudness throughout the whole range of RPM. So as of the Corsa, I know that at idle and when you're not hitting the throttle, it's not loud at all. And when you do hit throttle, it's extremely loud. So the way they baffle it, it makes it so that it doesn't drone or anything, but then when you do hit it, it sounds really good. Whereas this exhaust drones a little bit, and it is still loud at lower RPMs with a deeper tone. So I hope that helped you guys determine whether you guys would rather go with the Magnaflow or a Corsa or whatever kind of exhaust you guys want. This gives you kind of a little bit of a reading of how loud the Magnaflow is in terms of decibel readings. I'm going to put the decibel readings of the Magnaflow that we recorded with the Corsa Extremes. I'm going to try to find it online and I'll put them in the description, and that way you guys can kind of compare between how loud each one is, and you guys can watch the video and see how loud the exhaust sounds in the video. So I hope that helped you guys somewhat. Comment down below if you guys have any questions, or like I said, DM me at jordan.d.harris. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.